This is lucky number 13.
Yay! I'm so
Yeah.
glad. This is 3 weeks in a row that we've done this, and I'm really proud of us.
I am too. Well, it's just so much fucking easier to put them out this way.
Dude, I know.
Yeah.
We're sitting on fucking couches right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It feels great.
It's comfortable. I mean, we could theoretically be naked and you wouldn't know the difference.
Who's to say I'm not right now? I do get really
exactly it.
sweaty when we record these,
The
so I
magic of
should
radio.
be naked.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the solution.
With a towel. Dude, I should probably do that next time.
Yeah, a towel?
Yeah, a towel and no shirt. Because I'm going to be really sweaty after this.
What do you think it is that causes the sweats?
It's a mixture of like the coffee and then the pressure to like keep us from having dead air, you know? Mm-hmm. So, and also to like bring up valid points. There's a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah. The one bad part about us doing it, I shouldn't even mention it, never mind. I was going to say, there's just some ambient noise because we do it kind of near a busy street, so... and then my dog too. Obviously, I can already hear him through my headphones, so you're gonna hear him because he always makes noise. But I figured the first thing we should talk about is we saw Captain Marvel.
Yeah, we did. Last episode we talked about. I mean, we saw it right after the last episode that we recorded here.
And I actually think that it's better that we don't do what we did last time, which is see it and then immediately podcast about it, because it
gave us some time to stew.
A little to stew
this time.
But I'm gonna let you say what you thought of it first.
Okay, well, if you haven't seen it, we might go into some spoilers, but and so that this will be like the next 5-10 minutes of us talking. Well, it was okay. It was fun at times, and then it was not so fun at other times. There was like good CGI sometimes and bad CGI other times.
Ooh, yeah.
And when it was bad, it was really bad.
Do you remember? There's one scene. It's nearing the end when. Which we'll get kind of to that, but I want to get to that just since you mentioned that now. So she has, I know I'm not familiar with this. Look, I'm not a comic book reader at all.
Neither am I.
So I mean, obviously the standard fare like Iron Man and whatever ones are on the early morning cartoons. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, that's the only ones that I really am familiar with from DC or Marvel. So any of these like low key who gives a shit characters like Black Panther or Captain Marvel, like I'm not going to be familiar with them before the movies come out. So she's got like the Peter Quill from Guardians of the Galaxy helmet that goes over her head when she goes into space. And there was one scene at the end of the movie when she's...
I want to talk about the design of that suit as well.
Yeah, we will. And I think that there's a few different reasons why it had problems. But anyway, so she puts the helmet automatically goes over her face, and the CGI was so laughably bad that the whole audience... Was it just me or the audience?
No, they noticed.
Laughing?
We all noticed.
Yeah, like I almost heard like groans or gasps or something.
And so about the suit, though, I know it's fucking canon, but it drives me crazy that mohawk she has. If you guys haven't seen it, I think it's in the trailer actually, where the helmet goes over her head. With her mohawk, I hate it. Mm-hmm. I hate it. I hated the way it was animated too, but I just hate the design of that. I don't think it's very cool. Mm-hmm. I don't think a lot of people agree with me. It just looks so bad.
I think that there was a lot about again, I know that like so comic books can do one thing and you don't have to adapt a character to be exactly like the comic book. And so her hair was like perfectly coiffed.
The first scene, she wakes up in her bed and she has beautiful hair. Yeah. That was my first thought.
And it's like, okay, this girl is so the way that I describe Brie Larson's performance in this is as a turgid potato.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what the word turgid means, it just means bloated, not able to move very well. And then I know it's redundant to say potato as well, but you can, if you see her performance, I think turgid potato.
I think you mentioned she should have been cast. I mean, it should have been somebody else cast in that role.
Yes. Maybe
somebody taller. And you said more athletic.
Well, so I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is like 3'2", so I mean, like the height of the characters, and so Tom Cruise is also a little tiny manlet person, so it's not really that we can all be fixed. But what was so weird about watching it is she's skinny, but she was easily the most unathletic person I've ever. So, and I think I have a theory as to why this happened. So every man that takes any of these Marvel parts gets fucking ripped. So like even Paul Rudd. Like remember Paul Rudd got super shredded to be fucking Ant-Man. So and who gives a shit? But he did. I mean he looked great. So like but I think that they had a fear about telling a woman you need to get into better shape for this. But it was so ridiculous. Like you commented on it actually before I did. What shocked me was how she was running.
Oh man, there's a scene. It's actually close to the beginning. She gets kidnapped.
It's when she's
Spoiler.
always running, though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I first noticed it very close to the beginning of the movie. She gets kidnapped and she starts escaping, and she's running down this hallway, and her legs were like flipping around. They weren't like going in a straight line. They would like trail behind her and like loop to like
you know what it
counterclockwise.
looked like, and I don't know if you'll remember this scene, or even if you've seen the movie. I assume everybody has, and so it's like the scene when in Forrest Gump when he's running so fast and his leg braces come off and his legs are all kind of bowy and like going out. That's how she ran throughout the whole movie. And what was so distracting is that she would be running and then do these like super jumps, and you could tell the second the cables kicked in, because it would be like this really unathletic body then just being thrust by cables onto things. And there's also been a bunch of pictures going around of her in the suit, and she just has the most pancaked ass ever, and it just looks so ridiculous.
Compared to Tom Holland.
Yeah, who has got
Jesus.
Yeah, I think we
talked about him on the last podcast.
we basically splooged our pants on the last one, so we'll spare all you on that one.
There was
because there's a buddy of mine that always writes me comments about the
Tom
podcast,
Holland.
and he's like, yeah, I can't relate to that Tom Holland bit at all. I don't think I've ever wanted to fuck him, but because he's straight, so
yeah. He doesn't know the queer experience.
Yes, exactly.
There was another thing about the cable.
Of course.
Whose dogs?
It's probably Diane's.
Yeah. There was the cables close to the beginning as well. She ends up on Earth, and one of like the bad guys or supposed bad guys gets onto the subway or whatever, the metro in LA. Was it LA?
I think so.
Okay. The metro in LA, and it's like moving, and she's chasing after him. She's running down the platform to jump on. She's not running nearly as fast as the metro, but she jumps, and suddenly she's like twice as fast as the metro and lands on it and grabs it. And I'm like, that's so obviously just not like, you can't do that if you're not running fast enough to jump on to, I don't know, if you're not going the same speed as something that's moving, you're not gonna be able to catch it if you just jump at it.
Right.
And I thought that bothered me for like a good like 5 minutes. I was like, that was so bad.
So what was so weird about this movie, and this is like, you know, if you've read anything about it and you were as skeptical about it as we were, so much of it.
Damn.
Yeah. So much of it was, you know what? We're going to take a break. 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. my neighbor is insane, and she has 17 dogs, and they all bark because she doesn't do anything to train them. But yeah, so I mean, everybody who was skeptical about this movie, your skepticism is all justified. Like, there is literally no character development for this character,
which is really too fucking bad.
It is.
Every other character, I mean, we were already talking about this before, every other character is entertaining and exciting and kind of has their own arc.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson, amazing. Mm-hmm. Although one thing about that, he gets his eye scratched and you're like, really? That's how it fucking happens?
Yeah, by her cat.
Yeah. Although kind of his cat.
Who gives a shit? Like that wasn't the funniest thing about the reviews. Is I just thought it was pretty objectively hilarious that the first female-led Marvel movie, her sidekick is a cat.
Yeah.
Just like, of course they would do that, or of course they would be so unaware to not realize how on the nose that is. But of course, again, this could be source material. I'm sure that it is. But
so a lot of the stuff in the movie is canon. Or most of it is canon.
I'm sure
it's been in the comics for years.
I'm realizing that I just don't. I'm fucking just so fatigued on these movies because there's just so many of them. It's all they're making now because they make a shitload of money regardless of how bad they are.
They're blockbusters. It's like it is. And that's kind of what this movie was too. It's kind of just like, hey, everybody come see this movie. You're going to pay money for it. It's not going to be good necessarily, but you have to see it if you like these other movies. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying that I hated it. There were so many things about it that it was lacking.
It was really bad. It was a bad movie.
I had fun watching it. Just 'cause
I didn't.
I know
it was tedious. It was so tedious.
But there were a lot of moments that really, really failed.
Well, and it was just one of those things where it's like, again, so we saw Wonder Woman together, and we really liked that movie. Mm-hmm. She was obviously this kind of badass warrior character, but she had maternal instincts. You know, she's just like her. Like, so both of these characters, Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel, have like a fish out of water experience. In the case of Captain Marvel, she lands on Earth. Thinks she's never been there before. And she's like from some intergalactic whatever that I think ties into Guardians of the Galaxy, but I can't fucking keep track of all this shit because there's like literally 17 of these movies a year. And I just don't really care enough to keep track of it. But so it's like a fish out of water experience for both movies. With Wonder Woman, she sees a baby, which, and then gets all kind of motherly and just, it distracts her. And then Chris Pine is trying to move her along to kind of keep, not look distracting, even though she's dressed like Wonder Woman in the middle of a city, And then with Captain Marvel, the direction they decided to go in was, she basically could just be asexual. And so there's no love interest. She has nothing about her that makes her female other than like the cartoonishly 80s bully flashbacks of, you'll never be able to do this, lady.
You need to go slow and not fast because you're a girl.
Well, the funniest thing about it too was, and I knew that they were going to play this out in the end, was that the logic was, everyone is telling her, including her, that logic is what, don't let your emotions in combat, don't let emotions rule what you do because it'll get you killed. Logic is you need to use your brain, right? Which is true. You can't start feeling emotional if you're in the face of peril. And then sure as shit, at the end of the movie, what ends up,
her emotions pay off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was just, again, like another, considering this is written by a woman, I'm like, don't you want to avoid all of these tropes, like that women are emotional and that they like cats? And it just seems like one of those things, there were so many things you would think that they would want to avoid, but it just, I don't know. It just, I'm already bored talking about this.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
It was,
it was so boring that it's boring to even talk about it.
I wouldn't see it again, but it sets it up for the next movie that we will inevitably see.
I'm not going to see it in theaters. I think that.
Yeah, don't throw your money at it. But.
I think Tom Holland's fuckability is what will keep me seeing the Spider-Man movies in theaters.
I do want to see the next. What is it called?
Far From Home, something like that. Yeah,
I was gonna say Lost in
Space,
Lost in Translation,
Lost in Space, and then which is just like the series. We watched some of that series, right?
We did.
And
first episode.
I think they made her a female in the Netflix series, but in the original one, the doctor, the creepy doctor, just totally wants to molest Will Robinson.
Absolutely.
He's like, "Hello, Will." You doing some science over there? Do you want to sit in my lap while you do science, Will Robinson? So that was a missed opportunity for the Lost in Space Netflix series, but you just throw a pedophile in the mix every now and then, it just kind of spices things up.
I mean, they have plenty to choose from.
I mean,
in Hollywood.
Well, yeah, the town that's absolutely riddled with pedophiles.
That's probably my favorite phrase, riddled with pedophiles.
We're elbow deep in pedophiles. Which we're laughing, but it's completely true. And they're all protected by everybody else who lives there. Anyway, let's move on. So I think the next movie that we're planning on seeing is Us by Jordan Peele.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it, but we're definitely going to see it.
So a preface, I don't know if I've ever talked about it on the podcast, but all my immediate circle knows that I was not a big fan of Get Out at all. And I'm still not, although I think that I've softened my opinion on it a little bit because...
Which is like breaking news because you never soften on anything,
that's
Jordan.
That's pretty true. Yeah. So I think what I liked, and I kind of did notice this at the time, but so I'm dealing with somebody in my life right now, I'm going to be very vague, who might be the wokest person I've ever met that I'm willing to tolerate, which is very odd for me because I kind of have to at the moment. But this person has none of the characteristics of any of the groups that he is that he is trying to big air quotes protect, right? So he's even trying. Sorry, I should just stop explaining who this is. So anyway. So the reason why I've softened on Get Out is I realize that every character in it is not the kind of typical right-wing racist that you would see. It's that weird lefty, low expectations, we're here to save you white racism that we see as gay people too. It's like, oh, we're totally your ally. Like, but then they are the ones that are like pushing for 70 genders, and we're over here like, yeah, we don't really want that shit. No, thank you. But it's like they're the loudest voices, and they're not even gay. It's like, and again, I think you can have opinions on these things if you're not them. I've said that in the last podcast that I don't play football, but I understand the rules. But it's like when you're the one that's on the forefront of dictating speech and also legislation based on these things, you really need to fuck off and start to ask the community what actually they want. So I've softened my stance on Get Out because I think that it was a commentary, or like the good first 3/4 of it is just shitting on coastal elite white liberals who speak for other groups, who are arguably the most dangerous group socially right now in terms of like the social fabric of our country. And I think that they love the division because they're bored. And most of them are like these weird boomers who I said before the podcast started, boomers are the worst generation, and the millennials are the most annoying. And I think that is completely true.
That's a really great point.
But I'm very interested to see Us, because I've heard that it's not a racial thing.
It's just, I mean, Jordan Peele has even said it himself. It's just a horror movie where the main family's black. That's it. Which
is great, because I was thinking about it because, like, you know, we're so bombarded with this stuff in culture about it's groundbreaking. Like how Black Panther, the first black superhero, and then you and I are like, well, what about Blade and what about Spawn? I mean, there's been many of them before. It's just the superhero genre wasn't as popular as it was back then. And so, I mean, whatever, you can take that win. I don't really care, but it was just disingenuous, and it probably was a bunch of white women at Disney on their marketing team who were stirring up that controversy to get it to become a smash hit, and it fucking paid off. So they did it again with, you know, Captain Marvel by saying the first female superhero, when I'm sure that Wonder Woman's still making money today, and it's just, of course. So I think it's what they do now, that in order to get everybody upset. And like, we went and hate watched it, like, so they got well, you didn't, but I did. I mean, I really was already annoyed with her and the concept of the movie and the way it was marketed, but I don't know, I kind of wanted to just be a masochist and go watch it anyway. But I think that, like, this was kind of confirmation that I'm not going to do that again, because I just don't want to give these movies money anymore. Because I'm tired of them being made. But I had a really interesting question that I wanted to propose to you. What if Jordan Peele made this comment about how, I think it was actually on Bobby Lee's podcast, Tiger Belly.
Really? I haven't listened to it.
He said that I'm not going to make any movies anymore that has a white protagonist, which is fine. But there's
plenty of them.
I thought about something really interesting. What if Jordan Peele made a movie? What's the whitest male actor you can think of?
The whitest male actor I can think, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh yeah, perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so Jordan Peele. So Jordan Peele cast Benedict Cumberbatch in a movie that is completely sympathetic to him wearing blackface the whole movie. And then, kind of like Make America Great Again, Jordan Peele has a campaign of Make Blackface Great Again.
Jesus. Why would he do this, Jordan?
Well, that's what we're going to figure out. So, it's like a taking the power back thing, right? Like how you and I will... I mean, you less so than me, but it's like I said faggot on the last podcast. Faggot. I don't care about that word. It means nothing to me. Rarely do I ever hear it anywhere. You shouldn't take offense to these words. Grow up. It's like your feelers are going to get hurt. People are going to say mean things to you. Probably something meaner than that in your lifetime. Like, that will really crush you if it's just usually someone who's telling you the truth about your behavior, and they say something that just is so cutting, and trust me, you got to learn how to get thicker skin. So that's what the message is going to be about for this movie, is how Benedict Cumberbatch is like a sympathetic character who, it's almost like cross-dressing for him. It's like this thing of like he kind of like it's like a really almost like a sympathetic look at the Rachel Dolezal thing, where it's like she just really wants to express herself as what she believes that she is on the inside.
So there has to be some kind of surrealist slant to it, because I mean, Get Out was not based on fact.
Right.
There was like that slant where these white people were taking control of black bodies. And then for us, it's a horror movie where the family gets cloned by, I don't know, we haven't seen it. Yeah. But so for this one, does Benedict Cumberbatch exist in a world where there are no black people, and he does blackface to bring black people into the world? Is that a good way to do it?
That's, oh my God, okay. Yes.
Yes.
But there's a supernatural element. So Benedict Cumberbatch is visited by a ghost that is, or like an apparition.
Yes.
That's Keegan-Michael Key, right? who shows up and goes, I'm not going to do a black voice, but
Yeah.
but listen, my brother.
Oh, okay.
This blackface thing you're doing is going. So all black people have disappeared. They used to exist, but they've disappeared.
They're a legend.
There was
mythical.
there's some sort of extinction event, but like I don't know. There was like a technological blackout, so we have no records of what happened. So this is no pun intended. So this is like a Blade Runner type future, right? Where there was some cataclysmic event. We don't really know what it is as the viewer, and we're not going to give too much expositional dialogue because this is a Jordan Peele movie, and we are smart enough to understand it. So So he's visited by Keegan-Michael Key apparition who says, listen, homie.
You don't have to script it right now, Jordan.
I wish I could do a really good Nigerian accent because I would just do it. I would. No, Keegan-Michael Key is playing a Nigerian. Listen, my brother.
That was Jamaican for sure.
I can't do the Nigerian. Can you do it?
No.
You just don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it, actually, no.
Let's give it a try.
Nope, I will not be doing that.
God damn it. Okay. So he's visited by this apparition who tells him that through the cosmic forces of the universe, if he keeps doing this blackface, and everybody around is super woke, right? So they hate so much that Cumberbatch is doing blackface. Mm-hmm. But Keegan-Michael Key tells him, the Nigerian, that if he keeps this up, it will be there. White people will start having black babies.
Oh,
through some sort of supernatural force.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like this.
It's like almost like an epigenetic sort of angle. It's like people are like they've been so like because of their exposure to somebody who looks black through blackface, it causes like their genetics to change.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then
this is a really good premise. You should pitch this to.
I think that this is $1 million idea. I don't think that this would cause any problems at all socially for me. So I think that's what Jordan Peele's next movie should be about.
We just created the best fucking movie in the world.
Jordan Peele's
the best Jordan Peele movie.
A sympathetic look at blackface. Do you think that's going to be what the title of this podcast is?
Please no.
Jordan Peele presents a sympathetic look at blackface.
Only if you put Jordan Peele's name before it.
Yeah.
So that people don't think. Somebody takes a screenshot of our iTunes page and sees a sympathetic look at the blackface. I don't think that.
And the other great part is that Jordan Peele has made all these movies, and Keegan-Michael Key was like his teammate and hasn't been in any of them. So now he gets a shot to not only be a cool apparition, but also will get to do like Will Smith in Concussion and be a Nigerian, which will win him the Oscar inevitably for this masterpiece. I don't even mind being a ghostwriter. He doesn't even credit me as a writer or anything. No. He can have this premise. I'll help him write it. I'll do some character research. I'll go to the gym in blackface.
Why are you taking all of this credit for being a ghostwriter? I came up with the main plot line.
Which one? Oh,
with a society without black people. You got to give me some ghostwriting credit too.
True. All right, we can. Yeah.
You can't just speak in first person rhetoric about Jordan Peele taking your movie idea.
Well, I think considering you're not willing to do a Nigerian accent, even though I know you can,
not. You're right.
I think that you might not be able to take the reins on this.
Fucking take it. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Really, what this whole thing's been about is about bravery and how we need to be much more brave in what we say in this country, mostly. So on the topic of media. Everyone's favorite, according to the media,
what?
Everyone's favorite female comedian.
Oh shit!
Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Released a new stand-up special today, and I want to play the trailer to it.
Really?
Yeah. So
no.
if you legitimately laugh, let out a laugh.
We're just gonna have a lot of dead air, Jordan.
Let me. I should have had this queued up, and I'm very bad.
You should have. You dumb
Here we go.
Idiot.
I'm fucking pregnant.
What?
So
she's having a child?
So she got married to a chef, which is hilarious.
Oh boy.
And yeah, she's pregnant. She's with
There's
with
gonna be a little Amy Schumer running around.
dude. What if it's a boy?
She's gonna kill it.
I think so.
She's gonna kill him.
Yeah. She's gonna. Well, she lives in New York, so you can now kill babies.
Jordan, let's not get into this right now.
All right.
We're watching the trailer.
Here's the thing, you're pregnant, but like you don't change who you are. I hate women who start to act like really precious. You don't stop being you, you know? You don't stop working or drinking. Like you.
Oh my god.
So that was really edgy, right? Like no one's ever made like a smoking and drinking while pregnant joke.
No.
So that's number one. Here we go.
They got married. Yay! In movies and TV shows, the guy always gets down on one knee, right? And the girl's always shocked. I didn't even know you liked me. Like, I'm still on Bumble. Like, this is...
To be fair, I'm not surprised because nobody likes her.
You know what? You know what she reminds me of? And like, so I love Aziz Ansari on Parks and Recreation, but there's something about what's the like pop culture humor that they both do.
Yeah.
That is just it's not. It'll never be timeless. It'll never be interesting. It's timeful. And like Bumble is not something I have thought about in a long time.
Bumble is a straight person app.
Is that what it is? Is that why I have
really
no thing
think
of
it
it?
is, yeah.
Yeah. Because
it's really not for gay people. Tinder and Grindr are for gay people too.
Because gay people just collect people on Tinder, and then when they're horny, they like find the hottest one they matched with that they never responded to, and then that's what
Are
they do.
you subtweeting me right now?
Did you do this?
To you.
What do you mean?
Well, we met on Tinder.
Well, yeah.
I know, but I thought you were making like a slanted comment because
no,
we stopped talking for a few months and then started talking.
You started dating
again.
somebody, right?
I did,
yeah. So that once I had that explanation, it was fine. But I think that and honestly, at that point, I was so like beaten down by like how many people I match with, but then they just don't say anything, and you're like, well, just delete me or go away or
if
something.
it makes you feel any better, after those few months, you were the only person I went back to talk to on Tinder.
And here we are nearly 2 years later.
I know, isn't that fucking amazing?
Not too bad. But anyway, let's get a little more Amy Schumer in the mix.
Got married, I was the last one. I think I don't have to be a bridesmaid anymore. When you get in your late 30s, there's just no dignity to it. It's me in a Coachella flower halo, hoping I'm not the bridesmaid with the biggest arm, I'm like...
Well, you are because you're fat as shit.
She's pregnant, Jordan.
There's just what I said to you before the podcast started. Like, there's two types of women. There's like the fat woman I see at the gym, and I would never ever mock her. And in fact, like I'm super stoked for her, which is why the whole fucking world celebrates when someone loses a shitload of weight.
Yeah.
But it's like then you have the women like her that are like totally trying to make what they look like sexy, and it's just, she was really attractive, and then she just kept getting bigger and bigger and grosser and talking about her like barnyard smelling pussy, and it was just like,
yeah, that's kind of gross.
it's gross.
Yeah, gross.
I wonder if we actually watch this, how quickly it or how long it takes for her to actually talk about her
I'll
content.
give it 15 more seconds.
Well, yeah, well, let's see.
If you had a good pregnancy, like if you're someone who enjoyed being pregnant, I just hope your car flips over. That's what I wish for you.
Is that it?
That's it. And there was really no jokes in that. And you know what's so funny about the pregnant angle is Ali Wong has done that twice.
Dude, and she's hilarious.
And then Christina P did it.
Yeah.
Pregnant too. And also, like, no one can, like, half the population, most of the comedy consuming audience, I would say, is probably men by, like, not a huge margin, but I would say it's primarily men. And none of us can relate to
like 65-35.
Yeah. And again, it's like, I think that female comedians are like, kind of woke people think that we love dick jokes, and we really don't. Like, not in a stand-up special. Like, on a podcast, if it, like, goes into some really juvenile territory, it's funny to me. But, like, if a whole bit is wrapped around your dick, it's really tired and stupid. It's not funny to anybody.
Like my butthole?
Like
wrapped around your dick.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. We got there.
Nailed it. Close the book on this podcast. We got a dick in the O-ring joke already.
Okay. Anyways, back to the demographic thing. Yeah, I mean, even from what we might assume to be the minority of genders listening to comedy or watching comedy, so like this supposed 35% of women, 35% of the population, so 35 whatever women, consuming comedy. How many of them are pregnant as well? How many of them have been pregnant? Maybe half. So it's like the audience just keeps getting cut and cut and cut. So I don't know who she's making jokes to.
I don't either. Or like, I mean, even what she had there. So like, you have to think that the trailer is kind of the thing with Nanette, and we had someone get all mad at us on the Nanette podcast. Because
people get mad at us?
No, there's one girl who like left some cunty comment about like how like, you know, this is really stupid because you haven't watched it, and we did, and it was worse. It was worse than the trailer even perceived.
And it's funny because you predicted things in that in Nanette
I think
we didn't know about.
We did talk about that in another one after we did watch it. Yeah, and so it's like if that's the best that they can cobble together for like a 1.5-minute clip, the whole thing's gonna be just a total dumpster fire. I just don't. It's these kind of like it's these like global media approved comedians. Like Louis C.K. is obviously not, and so he does anything. Even if he does a show where no one was supposed to record him or know he was there. Some asshole records him. I'm glad he did because I liked hearing it. But then the articles come out every day about every show he does now and how we need to stop him or something. But then if she's approved content. Good Lord. It's and there are plenty of funny female, well, not, there are funny female comedians.
You didn't have to correct yourself, Gordon. You're just making yourself look bad.
But she's not one of them. And she was, when she was starting out, she was funny because you're like, this could evolve into something, but she has stayed exactly the same for a decade now. She's not changed her shtick. And then also it's the thing with Lena Dunham too, where the first season of Girls was great, and you find out she is that annoying character in real life, and you're like, this isn't funny anymore.
Right.
This is now annoying to watch. It's almost like your memoir I'm watching. And so I think, that's kind of, I'm bored with this too.
So we watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind last night.
Yeah.
I had never seen it, and it was a beautiful fucking movie.
It's perfect.
Really wonderful, funny and like touching and emotional. Just really fucking great. Jim Carrey, incredible performance. Why is he doing the Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
See, it's funny because we have like a shared note over like on the iPhone. You can do this thing where you can share a note and then you can add things.
We mentioned it last podcast.
Did we?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't know that he was in it until you mentioned it. No.
He's Dr. fucking Eggman.
Oh, I think you did tell me that.
Although in the movie, he's never referred to as Dr. Eggman. He's always referred to as Robotnik, which really drives me crazy.
Why? I don't know. I don't know Sonic lore canons.
I'm a canon expert on Sonic lore. So apparently he fucking blew up Dr. Eggman, Robotnik, blew up the moon, and that's canon, but every other game following that didn't show the moon half blown up.
Yeah.
The creators of Sonic just said that the moon turned once it was blown up so that you only see the full side of the moon, which is so fucking dumb.
Okay.
Anyway, like there's so many fucking holes in the Sonic canon. But I will forever be a Sonic fanboy. So much so that I write erotic fan fiction about Sonic the Hedgehog and his blue penis.
Do you think it has hair on it, or do you think it's...
Ew, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
bet.
Or it's like a little red dog penis.
Yeah. Well, I bet you hedgehog penises are fucking disturbing. Ooh, I don't know what they look like, but someone's gonna have to Google that now.
Send us a pic. No, send Jordan a pic. Don't send me a pic.
Well, then I'll just send it to you afterwards, like I do Sexy Garfield, which I like to send you those all the time.
I've seen some sexy Prince Sidon from Legend of Zelda.
Well, yeah, that makes
Breath of
sense.
the Wild,
he's kind of ripe for fury.
He's
a furry. Sorry.
That's ripe for fury.
Ripe for furry.
He's kind
furry
of like
deviants.
He's like a hunk in a way.
Yeah.
He's like, Anyways, so Jim Carrey is playing Dr. Robotnik in the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and like if the rumors that I've heard about the movie are true, there was this whole post I think on 4chan about the actual plot of the movie. and I didn't go to this 4chan page. I just saw like a screenshot of it, so I don't know if it was like recreated or anything. But apparently, like, Eggman is working with the government to take down or to find Sonic and use him for his power or whatever. And Sonic ends up in a town called Green Hill.
Okay.
Green Hill Zone.
Yeah.
And is like...
I saw a meme that referenced Green Hill Zone, and I didn't know what the fuck that meant.
Was it my Instagram post?
Yeah, you liked something, yeah.
No,
No, it wasn't. No. This is today. This is something I read on
really?
Reddit. I don't even remember what the joke was. Yeah.
Dude, so Ernest Hemingway has a book called Green Hills of Africa.
Yeah.
And I took a picture of the cover of it.
Oh, that was pretty good, actually. I'm sorry.
I used the Instagram like coloring tool and like copied the color from the title and like colored over the rest of the title and changed it to Green Hill Zone Act 1.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Sonic becomes like buddies with this cop, and the cop tries to reform him to make him a good hedgehog or whatever.
For real?
Yeah.
There's a cop in Sonic?
Yes. This Sonic is voiced by a comedian, but I forget who.
It's gonna be just a bad movie.
It's gonna be fucking terrible.
I think I think it's gonna be like, I think it's gonna be on par with like Chipmunks 2 Chipwrecked. You know what I mean? It's gonna be that sort of thing, or like the Emoji Movie. Maybe not that bad, but close.
Pixels.
Oh, Pixels. Well, I mean, Pixels crushed it in China, which I think says a lot about China. And I was telling Sean before the podcast started, he didn't know this, that Jim Carrey has completely lost his fucking mind.
No, yeah,
Trump is so fucking far in Jim Carrey's head.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, all he does now is make woke art about Trump, and we were talking about the opposite of hot takes. They're just cold takes. Like it's just like Trump with a tiny dick, and we're like, dude,
tiny hands, tiny dick,
whatever. It's just so it's just been the same recycled punchlines for nearly 3 years now.
Do you think there's going to be a Trump slant in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
Of course,
from Dr. Robotnik.
Dude, of course, yeah. But it's gonna be
this presidency.
Yeah. Or something about orange, or just something.
Which is really, I mean, Eggman is just as orange as people say Trump is.
And then maybe that's what the whole angle is going to be, because Jim Carrey. Why else would Jim Carrey sign on to this role, other than that?
Apparently, Eggman looks like a normal human at the beginning of the movie, and then at the end of the movie, he slips into madness and becomes Eggman. He becomes like the big red mustache guy.
There is nothing about the way you're describing this that sounds even the slightest bit appealing to me.
And that's why we're going to see it, Jordan. We are going to see it in theaters.
I feel you're going to have to like tranquilize me and carry me to the theater and then wake me up.
We are going to single-handedly fund the entire Sonic franchise, Jordan, for the next 20 years. I hope you know that.
Sonic.
I'll put a chili dog up my butt.
So speaking of Trump, I wanted to talk about the 75 Democratic candidates running for president.
By tomorrow it'll be like 78.
Yeah, well, apparently handsy Joe Biden is going to jump in here in a minute.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, which
I honestly thought he wasn't going to.
He should not.
I thought it was just a rumor.
Because the branding is already there. I mean, there's so many clips of him just getting touchy-feely with women and little kids and stuff, and yeah, that dude's got problems. But yeah, I think the funniest one for me has been Beto O'Rourke. Because what's so fucking funny about him is that they're playing so much of this angle of like, he was this ex-hacker, punk rocker, and skateboarder, so fucking cool. But he's squarer than like Kirsten Gillibrand. Every picture of him is like what you'd wear to a golf course, and he's super sweaty. And it's like that's pretty much what I think of with Beto O'Rourke is like golf shirts and sweat.
I saw this meme of him, and I don't think I'll be able to find it, but he said something about how like people in middle America can't go on Tinder and find people to love.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It was really weird, but like the meme was really fucking funny, and it used this picture of Michelle Obama holding up a sign that said, "On God, we're gonna get you some pussy, bro." Because that's basically what Beto O'Rourke was saying. It was like, I really. Oh yes, I found it. You gotta look at this, Jordan. It's just. It's so fucking funny, though. Like, look at the headline above, and then look at the picture of Michelle Obama.
Beto O'Rourke expresses concern that rural America can't go on Tinder and find that special person. Michelle Obama. On God, we gonna get you some pussy, bro.
And that picture of Michelle Obama holding up the sign it's like a classic. It's been around for a little while, but this is perfect fucking use of this meme.
He's just I don't understand it. Like he just seems like there's not a human there. It's almost as if
it's weird.
You remember that future I've been talking about, how we can create human faces and all this kind of stuff?
Yes.
I think that Beto O'Rourke doesn't exist. I think he's a hologram and a human that was created by an algorithm.
Right.
And he just doesn't actually exist. He's just not a real person. There's just no way. Because I can't find any discernible character there at all.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like AI I'm very cool and I ride out on skateboards. Look how cool I am. And what's so fucking funny is you go to his website and there's no policy page.
Oh no, really?
No. In
what
fact,
the fuck?
Some young kid confronted him at some event. I'm paraphrasing, but the kid essentially said, "It's all platitudes. Like, what do you actually stand for?" And then he's like, he had no angle on anything because he takes a shitload of oil money and he approved fracking. He's not a liberal at all, but he's playing it up like I'm with you fucking millennial kids. I'm fucking so cool. So
policy really doesn't matter at this point.
No, it's no.
So why even have it if you're running for president?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the sad reality.
It doesn't matter to these large, loud these loud groups, I should say, to like these people on the right and these people on the left. Policy doesn't matter if you align with them in any way, they're on your team.
Well, I think enacting policy doesn't matter, but how loudly you say the things that you're actually not going to do, that matters to them quite a bit.
Oh, of course, yes.
So I think that that's what he should be doing. Is just I don't know. What's every ridiculous lefty thing? Everything's going to be free. You're going to be free meals. Chipotle. I would vote for him if he said Chipotle is going to be free because I eat that shit every fucking day. Yeah. So
let's make Chipotle like a socialist.
We have the government seize the means of production, but it's only Chipotle.
That'd be fucking great. Dude.
Yeah, I'm in for that brand of communism.
I'd pay for healthcare.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah,
if it meant that I got free Chipotle.
So
if that was the only social program.
We were kind of on the topic of Joe Biden and him being a little bit handsy. So I have a clip that I want to show you.
Oh boy.
It has no sound, so I'm just gonna have Sean describe what's happening in this clip.
I don't like where it's going.
Oh,
it does have sound.
Yeah, but I'm gonna mute it because it's not gonna come through on the recording. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So
that's an 11-year-old.
What do you see? What describe the two people that you see in this picture and what's happening?
There's an 11-year-old dressed like I would have dressed at 11 years old, a t-shirt and cargo shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And it's a TSA agent.
What does he look like?
He is easily 65. He's got I don't know how many chins there.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty big.
Uh-huh.
He's gray hair. Mm-hmm. He's an old white dude.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And what's his job here? TSA. We've got that established. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna let this play out, and I'm gonna let you kind of just.
I really don't like it.
You kind of
just
describe what's gonna happen in this clip.
I don't like it. Oh no, he's gonna touch his pee-pee. Oh no. Oh, what is he?
So you need to keep. So he's giving the kid instructions right now.
Yeah.
You can't audibly hear what he's saying in the video because it's pretty loud. But then
now he's gonna start. Oh, kid shook his head. No. Okay. Now he's gonna start feeling him up. Okay.
So describe what he's feeling now.
His feeling is like his armpit, his arms.
Okay. Okay. Keep in mind this kid is wearing a t-shirt and shorts.
Right.
There is no baggy clothing. There's nothing weird. Just t-shirt and shorts.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. He's rubbing down his back, slowly and smoothly.
Yep.
He's rubbing down his sides. Lift up his shirt a little bit, checking the tag on his. He's pulling up his shorts, checking the shorts.
Now what's he doing?
He's running his hand down his butt.
Mm-hmm.
And and now he's between his legs.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, it's a little high. Okay.
Okay, so let's see. We're only about a quarter of the way into this video. Do you think this guy might be a problem?
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see
let's
if this gets worse. He's still touching him. He's coming around to the front now.
Mm-hmm.
This kid's putting his hand to the sides. He's checking the inner collar of his shirt, his t-shirt, which it's a t-shirt. You don't need to do that. Okay. He's rubbing down the front of his body. I don't like this. Oh, no, I don't like this.
What's he doing now?
He's like checking. Oh, yep, checking the front rim of his pants.
Yep.
The waistband there.
He put his hand down the front rim of the pants.
Yeah, not a lot, but enough to be weird.
Yeah, huh?
He's taking a really fucking long time to do this.
Yeah.
I've been singled out like this, and it took like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What the? Why?
Now he's just feeling the kid's thighs.
Yeah, this is really. Oh God. I don't get it.
You would think it would be over.
What is he checking now? He's checked everything. Yep. Just gonna rub your hands back and forth across his crotch.
Uh-huh.
That is so bad.
Yeah.
That's too much. He's a kid, first of all.
And that guy's a fucking ghoul.
Okay, so benefit of the doubt is he singled out that kid because he was with adults that didn't look like his parents, and maybe he was being trafficked. Benefit of the doubt. But the odds of that, of him having that intention, so fucking low.
But what if he was concerned about the kid being trafficked, what difference would it make about how much he feels the kid up?
No, to single him out long enough so that the kid would tell him he's being trafficked.
Do you think that you're going to elicit honesty out of a child when you're
No, of
literally
course
groping
not.
the fuck out of their penis?
No,
Yeah.
of course not. But I think that's my benefit of the doubt story for him. I don't believe it.
Okay.
So this guy should not be a TSA agent.
No, he's a ghoul. He's a total ghoul.
And like the thing is, like, TSA agents don't care about their jobs that I've seen. Sometimes they do, but very rarely do they actually care about what they're doing. They just want to get things over with. So it's you get pat down for like 25 seconds, 20 seconds, and they're like, okay, you're good. It's odd. Has he done this to other people?
I don't know. This video is actually not new, but it made the rounds again recently, and then Trump retweeted it today.
Right.
And so I think now it's kind of got national attention. So I think we'll find out who this person is and what the deal is. But this dude's got some he's got some problems. It's a little bit of an abuse of that position, to say the very least. And I want to know what's on his computer.
Oh, jeez.
I imagine he spends a little bit of time on the dark web.
Well, it's an old video. Do you think he's retired by now?
Let's fucking hope so.
So what do we do?
It's not old. It's a year old. So I mean,
okay. I
yeah.
thought it was like
not
6 or 7 years
No.
old.
It's a year old. Yeah, like that version of it that I just posted was, and I remember seeing it like a little while ago. But, yeah. So it's
Weird, dude.
it's wow. So I have one last topic.
Okay.
That I want to end on, and this ties into your sensibility. So you're very excited about the Pokemon Sword and Shield being released.
Of course I fucking am.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about it on the podcast.
No. So in celebration of this this game being released, I want to know if we were to make a Pokemon themed porn,
Okay.
what would that look like?
It exists. I'm absolutely sure of it. Not fan art. It exists like in live action. It definitely already exists.
Do you know this for a fact, or are you just assuming?
I mean, it's rule. What is it? Rule 32.
Yeah, that's like everything's a porn. Yeah.
Yes. Rule 34. I mean, is like everything is porn or
Yes.
porn. There's always porn of anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know why my brain goes here, but my first thing is catching attractive people in Pokeballs and releasing. This is kind of rapey, actually. Maybe I take it back. Releasing them and having sex with them consensually. Catching them in a Pokeball, being like, "Oh, you're kind of hot," and they're like, "Oh, okay."
The implicit agreement when you watch porn is that it's consensual. So the acting doesn't have to be consensual.
Okay, great.
So it can be. So
Well, yeah, of
you
course.
can't have a Pokeball release rape fantasy porn if you want to take it in that direction.
I think that was my first instinct.
Okay, so let's start over and reframe this. So like reframe it with these rules being okay in mind, because this is okay in porn. So let's start this over one more time.
Wait, what?
So
Was that not good enough? Should
no,
I
it was
do
good.
something else?
No. So the Poke Trainer has the balls that he releases.
He catches an attractive person.
Yes.
In a Pokeball.
Got it.
And then owns them.
Okay.
And has sex with them.
Okay. So we gotta get Dr. Oak in the mix.
Professor Oak.
Professor Oak, excuse me. Yeah, he's I gave him too much credential. Sorry.
Professor Oak. I don't know. That's tough because he sort of he gives you your starter Pokemon in Gen 1. What's his thing? Does he give you your sexual awakening?
What's a play on words for his last name? That's sexual.
Professor Choke.
Dude, totally. Okay. Oh no. I've got it.
What
okay.
is it?
So, what's a good one for Ash too? So like
Gash Ketchum.
Oh, dude, that's okay. So
Gash Ketchum.
No, this is gonna be a straight porn.
Oh, Jordan.
Well, we'll say
that's so boring.
Well, we can. I don't know. Maybe it could be bisexual, whatever. So, genders don't matter.
Yes.
So
Gash Ketchum.
This is what it is. So Gash Ketchum goes and catches attractive people, strangers, feeds them the berries like in the Pokemon Go thing, which tames them and makes them like affable to his rapey thing. He takes them to Professor Choke, who then choke fucks them until they vomit. Now here's the question.
Oh God.
Jordan. Are they forced to wear Pokemon costumes?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
At least the ears.
Yeah.
A Pikachu headband.
What if they wore, like, you know, like the mascot costumes? They're like that, like the ones the furries wear,
yeah.
but they just don't wear the head. So it's just like this giant body with this tiny head on top.
Oh God, yeah. Why did you do this to me, Jordan?
I mean, I thought it was a pretty important thing to talk about. And
Yeah,
you're really enthusiastic about Pokemon, so I figured, you know.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely love when it bleeds into my sex drive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a pair of Pikachu ears or something that you could wear?
Would that work for you?
Probably.
Yeah.
We're talking about it now, and I'm kind of sporting something.
Yeah.
No. Not at all, actually. My penis has retracted into my body. I've seen some fucked up shit, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some fucked up porn of Pokemon before. I will admit this.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what? You actually have?
Yes, of course.
Where?
In my like exploring days of sexuality, I was like super into like not cartoon but like anime gay stuff. And that bled into like animes that I've seen before, and Pokemon was one of those. So there was like this website I would go to. I don't remember the name of it, but it would be like this huge database of yaoi, which is like gay anime porn.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes Pokemon stuff would pop up, and it's like, it's not good. It's fine when it's the humans participating in the porn, but like to see
it's never going to stay in that territory.
Yeah, to see like Bayleaf, the second evolution of Chikorita, using her vines to fuck Ash Ketchum. No, thank you. I don't want to see that in my life.
Gash Ketchum?
Yeah, fucking his Gash Ketchum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to see it. So thank you for bringing it back into my psyche.
I mean, you actively sought it out, apparently. So
when I was like 13, Jordan, I don't anymore.
Did
when you were 13, you were jerking off to, I don't know.
I was on dial-up at 13, so I wasn't jerking off to much of anything. That is an age gap thing on that one, for sure.
Yeah, we have an age gap love here.
We do, yeah. I'm 78 years old, and you're barely legal.
Whoa, you're 57 years older than me.
Yeah, I'm out here, but you just needed somebody to take you to Nobu. That's what it was. That can pay the bill and make you feel like the princess you always deserve to be.
I am your boy wife, so
yes, just right there. Where did that come from?
The Tom Holland picture with the good butt. Somebody said that he makes for a perfect boy wife.
It's true, he does. Yeah,
he does. Yeah.
I think we're getting a little like obsessed with him on this podcast.
No, I'm fine. You're obsessed with him.
I think it's just like the perfect like twink aesthetic. It's like if you had twink in a dictionary, it would just be a picture of him.
Yes.
Most likely.
But he's like cute and hot. Mm-hmm. So
it all kind of works.
Yeah.
And then Jake Gyllenhaal's like a fine wine. He's in the new movie, so he gets hotter. He wasn't hot to me in like the Donnie Darko era, but
it's very weird that he gets hotter
Yeah.
and hotter with age. It's like good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very attractive.
Do you have anything else you'd like to talk about?
I don't think so.
Yeah. We're about an hour.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was lucky number 13. Beto 2020.
Jordan.
Who would be? So real quick, he needs to pick. He can't have any other white people in the mix. So who's he gonna pick for his running person?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't fucking know. We need a person of color as his running mate.
Mm-hmm. Colored person?
No, Jordan. That is an outdated term.
Oh, it's a little old timey.
Yes.
We just have to switch the words around, and now we're in the new age.
Yes, we are, Jordan.
We just switched the
you
order?
should know that.
Interesting.
What's stopping him from?
I think it's the same words.
What about
It's
Michelle
kinda
Obama?
odd.
Why wouldn't? Well, Joe Biden will probably pick Michelle Obama to get the Obamas back in the
Ew.
White House.
Oh, that would suck.
I don't know if she wouldn't do it, but
No, I think that they were saying that he wants to pick that Stacey Abrams woman. She's a big black lady from Georgia who lost an election recently.
oh no.
Yeah. So
Well,
another big black lady. Well, I mean, Michelle's
if she lost,
fit,
that's
but-
pretty promising. So
Yeah. Well, it's the same like Beto lost to literally the most unlikable person on the planet.
is Beto from
Ted Cruz.
Houston?
I don't know. He's from
He's Texas somewhere.
He's probably Austin. He's like
Okay, I was gonna say if he's
from.
from Houston, just get Beyonce.
Is she from there?
She's from Houston,
Yeah, I'm sure she would totally want to do that.
and yeah, she would win.
Yeah, she's gonna take a break from performing for Saudi Arabian Prince bin Salman, getting a $40 million check to do that, to decide to
Hell yeah, I'm so for
get
it,
$100,000 a year and be vice president.
bro.
Yeah, I see that happening for her. I think that's something that she'd be really
her
interested
getting
in
that
doing.
coin, I got nothing against it.
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking perform for Osama bin Laden. I don't give a shit. Make that money, bitch.
yeah. No. Is that so?
Women of color have been so disenfranchised in this community, Jordan. You should support them seeking out money.
Yeah, performing for dictators.
Don't
yeah.
be so insensitive.
Well, yeah,
Right.
yeah, I think that's my problem. I'm just kind of insensitive. All right, everybody.
That's it.
We love you.
Love you.
Shunk my corn.
Bye.
Bye.